Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hope y'all are doing wonderful today. What is today? Thursday? I don't know if y'all gonna get this video today. So I'm just gonna say happy Friday in case you don't get it today. But if you get it today, happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing fine. In today's video, I am going to be going over how to perform a neurological check after a fall, or a neurological check, period. So, let's go ahead and dive into the video. Okay? Make sure y'all watch the ads. Get a video a thumbs up if you like it, and share some videos and watch some of the old videos. Okay? Alright, so of course I have to come with y'all with a scenario. So the scenario is, we're gonna go with Miss Johnson. So I'm doing my med pass. I have my car in the hallway, and I'm parked right beside Miss Johnson's room. And her door is open, and I hear Miss Johnson tumble and fall. Now, I'm not standing in her doorway, so I cannot actually see her fall, but I hear her fall. And as soon as I hear the tumbling, I go into the room, and I see Miss Johnson is on the floor by her bathroom, and let's just say she used a walker, but she's supposed to use her walker, but she wasn't using her walker at this time. So she is on the floor beside the bathroom door. Okay, so what I'm going to do immediately, Miss Johnson is a kind of heavy-set person, so I'm going to call for assistance from my aide or another nurse if I can, whoever I can get first. And before I do anything else, I'm going to record the time that I witnessed Miss Johnson fall. Now, I'm going to say this is a witness fall because I'm here at her door and I hear it. Like, I didn't walk past the room and just see her on the floor. Like, I was there and I, you know what? Let's not say that. Let's just say I was in the room. No. I'm going to stick to my story. That's what I was doing, okay? I was there outside at my car and she fell. Okay, so anyways, I get help. I go in the room and I'm like, hey, Miss Johnson, I already recorded the time. Hey, Miss Johnson, what happened? What's going on? I was trying to go to the bathroom and I slipped and I fell. All right. So at that moment, I'm going to, ask her a question. Make sure you record the time that the fall occurred. That's number one. And whether it was witnessed or not. So if it wasn't witnessed, if I wasn't there, I will record the time that I noticed her on the floor. Okay, so after that, I'm going to check the level of consciousness. That is the first thing that I'm going to do after I record the time. Okay, so in order to check the level of consciousness, I am going to first ask her name, which is person. So you have person, place, time. So for a person, and y'all know I'm looking down because I have my notes. So for a person, I'm going to ask her name. She's going to tell me such and such Johnson. And let's see. I'm just going to ask her another familiar question. I'm probably going to ask her what my name is because she knows me. She knows I'm her nurse. I've already introduced myself time to time. So I'm going to ask her what my name is. And she's going to tell me what my name is. Now, if she has dementia or something like that, you're going to ask her something that she's familiar with. Something that you know she's always talking about. Something that you know she can answer. But for right now, we're going to say that Miss Johnson, she's not a dementia patient and she's able to answer the questions that I present to her. So she tells me her name and she tells me my name. Okay? So next, she got that one right. So next, we're going to move on to place. So you're going to ask her, where is she? You can ask the city, the state, the building that she's at, or whatever the case may be, to just make sure you verify place. So we're going to be asking her what city and state she's in, and she's going to answer me correctly. Okay, we got that done. So next is the time. You're going to ask her either the day of the week, the month, or the year. So we're going to ask her what month it is and what year it is. And she got both of those correct. So she's doing good. Now, if you when you go to perform another neurological check, don't ask her the same questions because they might become, she might memorize it or whatever. So when you're doing the time, if you did the days of the week one time, ask the month or ask the year, switch it up so it won't become repetitive and they'll remember it. When they're answering the questions, pay attention to their speech, how they're answering, how they're articulating the answers, and how they're thinking of the answers. And make sure they're not slurring their words, and just pay attention to all of that. So now next, also pay attention to, like, when you approach them, make sure that they are opening their eyes and paying attention to you. So if you say Miss Johnson and then she's just sitting there dozing off and not really listening to you or can't really hear you, you're gonna have to notate that. But if you go and say Miss Johnson and she can respond to that, then that's great. And make sure she can follow verbal commands. So if you say Miss Johnson, I need you to move your foot or move your hand, if she can do that, then that's great. Also, if they get all three of those, the person, place, and the time correct, then they are fully alert. So now you'll be able to chart that they are alert and oriented times 3 because they got the person, place, and the time correct. They were able to articulate their words. There wasn't no slurring, and they were able to follow commands. And they was, when you approached them, they were able to acknowledge you when you approach them. Okay, so that is checking the level of consciousness. Miss Johnson got all of that correct, so she's good. She's alert and oriented. All right, so now we're going to move on to the motor functions. So, being that Miss Johnson failed, we're going to want to check her strength of her upper body and her lower body. So when you notice Miss Johnson, she was leaning over on her left side. So we're going to check the left side first. So you're going to grab Miss Johnson's hand, tell her to put her left hand on your hand and squeeze it, and check the grip. See if it's a tight grip or is it weak. See if she complains of pain when she squeezes it or when she lifts her arm up. You're going to do that for both sides. So let's just say when she did it on her left side, she said, ouch, that hurts. Or she wasn't able to raise her left arm. So we're going to take it as that. We're going to say she wasn't able to raise it because it was painful. And when she squeezed your hand, it was painful as well. So we're going to notate that. And now we're going to check her lower body. And we're going to do that by asking if she can lift her legs. And if she can, that's great. If she can't, then that's a problem. We're going to check on that. So, she was able to lift both of her legs. And then I also asked Miss Johnson to take the bottom of her foot and press it on the palm of my hand like this, like she was pressing the gas pedal. And Miss Johnson was able to perform that on both sides. So that's great. We're not, we can rule out a broken leg. We can rule out a dislocated hip or broken hip. So everything is good in that department on the lower body. So we're good to go. Right now, we're just going to be focusing on her left arm. So we're going to notate that so we can tell the doctor. And we can do further examination of the arm. You don't want to move it too much because it's painful. But you can kind of like feel around and ask her where it hurts the most and things like that. You're going to also, be also asking if she has a headache, if she's dizzy, and things in that such, because she could have hit her head. But she's answering all of that okay. She didn't hit her head. The only injury that we're focused on is the arm right now. So that's the only pain that she's having. And when you're performing the check with the foot, of course, you're going to want to have some gloves on because you're either going to be touching the bottom of her foot or the bottom of her shoe. So we want to make sure we have on gloves when we're doing that check. Now next, we're going to be checking her pupils to make sure they are dilating and constricting the way they're supposed to. So, of course, you're going to have your pen light, and we're going to be noting the shape, size, and symmetry of both pupils. So we're going to take our pen light, and you're going to go from the side, and both should constrict at the same, well, both should constrict briskly. It should be quick. It shouldn't be no type of slur in it. So you're just going to take the pen light and you're going to go across. And also, while you're checking the pupils, you're going to also want to be looking at the millimeters of the pupil. So on your pen light, I don't have it with me, but on your pen light, you're going to have the scale going across. I'm going to put a image on the screen so you guys can see. But most of the times on all pen lights, they have the pupil scale on there. So you're just going to go by that and make sure you put that in your documentation. It's going to ask you about the pupil size in the computer on PCC. So you're going to make sure you put that. And then you can also, inform the doctor when you call to get a report. And also you always use the millimeter scale when you're documenting on the pupil size. So like I said, notate the shape, the size, the symmetry of both pupils, and both should constrict briskly, and use the millimeter scale when you're notating it. And make sure you're going from the side inward. Be sure to check the pupils because that gets looked over a lot. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. All right, so vital signs are next. Vital signs are very, very important. Very, very important. Please do not leave this out. It's a lot of vital signs you have to take, and a lot of people do not like to do it because it is a lot. But this is definitely a priority. You definitely have to do it. You definitely will get in trouble if you do not complete vital signs after a fall. Like neuro checks are very, very, very important. So you're going to be doing the temperature, the pulse, the respirations, and the blood pressure. And I think also pain, because I didn't write pain down, but pain will also be one that you'll need to check as well. And I will also say the O2. All right, so you're going to have to do these neuro checks in this order, and it's going to be in PCC. So it's very important to have the time that the person fell and start getting these vital signs as soon as you can after the fall, and put it in the computer, because once you put it in the computer is going to generate the time frame that you need to do these neuro checks. So the schedule is every 15 minutes for the first hour, every 30 minutes for the next hour, every hour for 4 hours, every 4 hours for the next 24 hours. And this is if the resident is stable. If it's anything, if they're having any difficulties, of course this is going to be changed. It'll be more frequent maybe, or whatever the case may be. Maybe they'll go out to the hospital or something. I don't know. But it depends. But Miss Johnson is stable, so this is the order that we're going to go by. And you're going to have to do these checks for 72 hours, 3 days. Well, just say 72 hours because the days might not seem like 3 days, so we're just going to go by the hours. So 72 hours. Make sure you are doing this. It's going to seem like it's coming back to back, but make sure you are doing your neuro checks. I've seen a lot of people get in trouble for not completing these. This is very important. It's going to, let you know how the resident is doing based off of their vital signs. So if the blood pressure starts off high and stays high, then that's a problem. If the blood pressure starts off high and then drops down really low, then it's a problem. So it's very important to get these vital signs. Do the neuro checks, y'all. Do the neuro checks. Make sure you have a blood pressure cuff, something that you can go and easily do these, so it won't be so hard on you, because it's gonna get aggravating, because you're gonna have to do it so many times. Like I said, for the first hour, you're gonna have to do it every 15 minutes. So it's gonna come really quick. So make sure you are doing it. This is something that you can delegate to the CNA, but me personally, I would not, because of the condition. If the resident didn't fall, if it was something minor, I probably would let them do it. But if the resident turns out to be stable and you've passed the first hour, you probably can let the CNA go ahead and start checking the vital signs after that. But just make sure the resident is stable before you do any type of delegating with these vital signs. So after you've made sure the resident is okay, you're going to want to get her up. You're going to put her in a comfortable position. And, if she's in any pain, if she have anything, PRN ordered, you're going to want to, try to give her that so you can ease the pain if it's not tolerable. Oh, right. So after we've done that, we need to go ahead and start contacting the people that we need to contact. So first, I will contact the MD. I'll go ahead and call the medical doctor, let them know that Miss Johnson had a fall, let them know what her vital signs are, let them know that she's complaining of left arm pain when she lifts it up. Let them know that she did not say she said she didn't hit her head. Whatever she told you, whatever you seen, whatever you witnessed, let them know, and it'll go from there. So since she was complaining of arm pain, of course he's gonna want you to call and order an X-ray. So you're gonna do that once you get off the phone with him, and you're gonna make sure you document that you spoke with the doctor, and also document what he ordered. You're gonna go ahead and call and order the X-ray. Let them know that she fell and she's complaining of pain in her left arm, and they'll tell you what you need to have prepared when they come, and what position and stuff she needs to be in. After that, you're going to want to advise the supervisor, your unit manager, whatever the protocol is. Make sure you let them know that you had a fall and that you've already, contacted the doctor and all that good stuff. Make sure you call the family or the POA, whoever's in charge of that resident. Let them know that they had a fall, that they're complaining of arm pain. You'll keep them updated on the X-ray. Let them know that you've already got that order and taken care of. And after that, the only thing that you really need to do is make sure you document everything. Make sure that you look out for the results of the X-ray if they come back on your shift. If not, make sure you let the oncoming nurse know that you had a fall, of course, that they have to do neuro checks, and that you're awaiting the results of the X-ray. And yeah, we're just gonna say the X-ray came back that she fractured her arm. She's gonna have to get an appointment, and they're gonna send her out to get all of that fixed up. And you're just gonna continue to monitor Miss Johnson, keep her comfortable, make sure she keep her arm in her sling or whatever they put on it. And yeah, that's basically what you do after a fall. Now, some cases it's more serious. Sometimes the resident fall and have bruises on their head, lacerations. So in that case, of course, you have to do more. You have to send them out to the hospital and things like that. I was saying, because I got interrupted. If the resident falls and they get a laceration, like I said, you're going to have to send them out to the hospital probably. But you're going to have to still do those neuro checks until that time comes. And when they come back from the hospital, if they come back, you're still going to have to, continue to do those neuro checks, continue to document. Documentation in the neuro checks is the #1 priority when a fall occurs. Like, make sure you do those too. Documentation is everything. Make sure you document everything that you do, everything that you've seen, everything that the resident said, because sometimes the resident may seem to be okay, and then the next day they are gone. But if you do your neuro checks and your documentation and cross all of your T's and dot all your I's, you'll be good to go, because you did everything that you had to do. You called the doctor, you documented, you did your neuro check, your vital signs. and all that good stuff. So make sure you're doing that. It's very important. And that's all I have to really say on what to do after a fall. Just pay close attention to the resident. If you need to put them on one-on-one, bring that to the attention of the DON. Let them know that you feel like Miss Johnson is not safe left alone. So that way they can assign someone to sit with her for, 3 or 4 days or however long, you think they need it. So they won't have another fall. And that's about it, you guys. If I have more to add on to this, I would definitely make a part 2 and add it to a playlist so you guys can, go back and check anything if I come up with, you guys can have a series of what to do if a fall occurs. So if I come up with anything in my head, I would definitely make another video. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you liked the video. Go and watch some of the other videos. I'm going to link some at the end of this video. If you haven't checked it out, please do so. Yeah. See you guys in the next video. Don't know when I'm going to post the next video, but y'all know I'm coming kind of steady with the videos because I just need to. Because I slacked off for a few months, so I'm going to make sure I post enough videos for you guys. So yeah. Make sure you guys are please watching the ads. Thank you. Hope you guys have a blessed day. See you in the next